right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
Dutchtown homicide, a man fatally shot after a crash in South St. Louis. What investigators are saying about the crime.
Tomorrow, a chilly breeze, especially in the morning. A winter coat is a good idea. Also, limited shower chances this week.
COVID concerns with local cases back on the rise this holiday season. What one local hospital is doing to slow the spread.
We might need to bring masking back if we saw an uptick in that. And that's really what we've seen over the last week.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Robert Townsend. Brent Solomon is off tonight. Today, BJC Healthcare said it's reinstating its mask mandate, but only for a certain group of employees. New tonight, 5 on Your Side's Annie Krall spoke with BJC doctors about the mandate and keeping families safe this holiday season.
On Wednesday, December 13th, the BJC healthcare system will reinstate its mask mandate, though only for some of their 30,000 employees across 14 hospitals and when they're interacting with patients. This as multiple viruses continue to spread. The St. Louis County Health Department reporting almost double the number of new COVID cases in just a month. 80 cases were diagnosed in one day back on November 5th. Jumping to 166 diagnosed on December 6th. Dr. Hillary Babcock, the Chief Quality Officer for BJC Healthcare, says with at-home testing, those numbers are likely much higher.
This is also something we're seeing with RSV, and this is the beginning of influenza season, and we're starting to see those numbers head up as well. So we are again seeing increases in our employees and our patients in our community.
When I spoke with BJC about their employee mask mandate starting next week, they emphasized once again it's only inpatient care settings. While they are keeping an eye on the growing COVID cases just in the last 7 days, when it comes to whether or not patients may be needing to wear masks, they're not required, but they're always encouraged. As a Washington University infectious disease physician, Dr. Babcock emphasizes the best way to keep your family safe during the holidays, especially visiting immunocompromised individuals.
Wear masks if you're in crowded places. Wear masks on the airplane if you're traveling to go visit someone, so that you don't bring whatever you pick up in the airport and on the airplane as an unanticipated gift to the family that you're coming to visit.
We reached out to other local hospital systems to see if they will also be instituting an employee mask mandate, but have yet to hear back. Reporting in Creve Coeur, Annie Krall, 5 on Your Side.
Health experts say if you're traveling to see family, take extra precautions the week before by not going to crowded areas and washing your hands more frequently. They also suggest getting vaccinated against the flu and COVID. Developing tonight in Tennessee, at least 6 people are dead, including a child. Several more injured after tornadoes struck. A tornado striking Nashville and nearby Clarksville. Multiple tornadoes were reported around the area earlier this evening. There's also widespread damage and reports of people trapped in their homes. We will keep you updated as more information comes our way. Tomorrow marks 2 years since a deadly tornado outbreak in the bi-state. Both Defiance, Missouri and Edwardsville, Illinois were hit by EF3 tornadoes. One twister hit an Amazon warehouse, causing the walls and the roof to collapse with workers still inside. Amazon faced scrutiny for not implementing better safety precautions for these kinds of storms. 7 people lost their lives that day. Meteorologist Jim Castillo joining us now. And Jim, it's been a quiet Saturday for us here in St. Louis compared to what those people in Tennessee are dealing with.
Yes, absolutely. It's hard to imagine. It's been 2 years now since our Amazon tornado. So now they're dealing with that same thing throughout Mississippi tonight, all the way to Tennessee, even portions of Kentucky. And those are all the storm reports. You can see the tornado reports here, anywhere from Tennessee, Kentucky, and there's the one north of Nashville, the north side of Nashville. And looks like that will continue pushing to the east tonight. night. So Nashville's in the clear now, but we're still seeing this really sharp cold front push to the east, and still some severe weather. We'll zoom out a little bit. Those are tornado watches in effect still. And that one warning right there, southeastern portions of Mississippi. And just about an hour ago, one was still on the ground there. So for us, it is chilly. It's breezy. It's 41 right now, but it feels like 33. We'll show you how low those temperatures go and if we'll see any moisture, some rain or snow or anything this week. More on that coming up in just a bit.
Thanks, Jim. Tonight, 2 people are in the hospital after being rescued from a fire in North St. Louis. Firefighters responded to a report of persons trapped at a home on Northland Avenue around 6 this evening. Now, the 2 people were taken to the hospital urgently in serious condition. No word yet on what started that fire. We will keep you updated as details come in to us. A Jefferson County man died after being shot, then crashing his car in South St. Louis. First responders were called to the accident on California Avenue around 6 o'clock this morning. Now, they found the victim, identified as David Harmon of Imperial, had been shot. He was taken to a hospital where he later died. Anyone with information is asked to contact police or remain anonymous and call Crime Stoppers at 866-371-TIPS. The Camp Jackson Fire Department had to put out its own fire tonight. The department tells 5 on Your Side the crew was returning from a neighboring department's Christmas party when they stopped at a gas station. Now, as they pulled in, they smelled smoke, and not long after that, the engine caught fire. No one was hurt, thankfully, and the damage is not extensive. Tonight, Israel continues to push on its campaign to destroy Hamas. Israel's defense minister says the fighting will continue to intensify, and the results are promising. Also today, more airstrikes hit southern Gaza. According to a hospital in Gaza, at least 8 people have been killed and dozens more were injured in the blast. One woman recalls her experience.
The people died. We were asleep with the children. The tower was full, maybe 150 families. 150 families. We woke up to the bombing. Look, none of this is our fault. We are already crushed and oppressed. There is no benefit for us at all. We are ruled by iron and fire.
Today, about 100 aid trucks came into Gaza from the Rafah border. However, the World Food Program says people are still desperate for food. Tomorrow, St. Louisans will march in support of Israel. They're demanding the release of hostages taken by Hamas. The Jewish Federation of St. Louis is organizing the Solidarity March. A ceremony begins at Kingsland Avenue and Delmar Boulevard at 1 p.m. Then the march will start at 1:15. People will head down Delmar Boulevard, heading toward Eastgate Avenue. For more information about the war and those affected, just text the word Israel to 314-425-5355, and we will send you a link. Today, hundreds of people stopped by the North County Transit Center for job opportunities in public transportation. Metro Transit is offering many positions with a starting pay between $17.85 to just over $25 an hour. Now, since the pandemic, route and time changes have been put in place, and now they're looking for more people to fill those routes.
We are short, actually, van operators, about 80 van operators and about 30 mechanics and approximately 30 bus operators at this point. We want people who want to serve the community. That's what we're looking for. Someone with customer service experience, someone who wants to start a new, fresh career.
All positions available are eligible for a $5,000 hiring bonus. Welcoming new neighbors, the fundraiser that supported refugees who are now calling St. Louis home. Keeping postal workers safe on the job, the new legislation that would better protect our mail carriers from criminals.
They should not be the targets on the street simply because they have access to mailboxes.
Sunday morning, a chilly start. Also, it's the coolest day of the week, but we'll see a lot of above normal high temperatures in the 10-day forecast.
Today, local immigrants and refugees received support from the community. Welcome Neighbor STL hosted a book and baklava sale at the Reedy Press warehouse. People could browse around for books published by Reedy Press to support the organization. The money raised today will go to a variety of services for area refugees.
It all benefits the refugees we help and serve in St. Louis. We help them by providing family partners. They participate in our cooking and catering programs, ESL programs, and so much more.
If you're interested in helping Welcome Neighbor but missed today's event, they've got several more planned before the end of the year. Tonight, the nonprofit 100 Black Men of Metropolitan St. Louis is honoring some of the city's best and brightest. The organization is celebrating its 40th anniversary this year. It was formed back in 1983 as a way for prominent Black members of the community to work towards meaningful goals for the community as a whole. Five-Year-Side's own Brent Solomon was there as Master of Ceremonies. Among the honorees include local doctors, educators, and several faith leaders.
And it's a good night to be inside. Boy, 24 hours ago in the 60s, now wind chills in the 30s. It's breezy. We'll talk about our forecast. You're going to like most of the week ahead.
Stopping violence against postal workers. An Illinois senator is pushing for legislation to make it safer for letter carriers to do their job. And the reason for the violent spike against postal workers is a problem our I-team has reported on before. 5-Year Side's Christine Byers explains what the federal government wants to do to stop the problem.
The Postal Inspection Service says armed robberies of postal workers have jumped 230% in just 3 years. There were 36 armed robberies in 2018, and in 2021, that number jumped to 154. And a group of senators say mail carriers need better protection. The Postal Protection Act would allow police officers with the post office to go along with carriers on their routes. It's a shift from 2020, when the Postmaster General stopped the practice, only allowing those officers to patrol post office locations, not the routes of carriers.
I want to make it safe for people to receive their mail, and I want to make it safe for the letter carriers and people who are working to bring it to us. They should not be the targets on the street simply because they have access to mailboxes.
Illinois Senator Dick Durbin co-led the push for a new law. He blames arrow keys, something the I-team has reported on for years. One arrow key can open multiple mailboxes, and he says it's been the leading reason why mail carriers are getting robbed. It's why he and 10 other senators filed their bill.
The letter carrier carries that key. The bad guys have figured that out. They want to steal the key, and they're willing to shoot the letter carrier to get it.
Durbin says he has support from both political sides of the Senate to get his bill passed, and the union representing postal police officers supports the move. For the I-team, Christine Byers, 5 on your side.
The U.S. Postal Service has not responded to Senator Durbin's legislation. This holiday season, 5-Year Side is teaming up with the Foster and Adoptive Care Coalition, again to provide gifts to area kids impacted by foster care. We still have about 1,300 little wishes to grant by December 20th. Just go to ksdk.com/little wishes to buy a gift. I can tell you this, one wish I have right now is that the mild December temperatures are going to hang around. Meteorologist Jim Castillo is here with our first weather forecast.
Yeah, Robert, you're going to get your wish because, you know, the temperature tomorrow is going to be the coldest day of the week. And then we go right back up as we get into Monday. It's just unbelievable. Maybe not this high, though. So last night at midnight, so again, about 24 hours ago, 63, and the current temperature is 41. That's a new low for the day. 46 is the average high, 30 the average low. We'll be close to that tonight. And with that rain in the area, only 0.01 in the rain bucket. So our drought continues here. Boy, that severe weather really broke out, and a lot of it all the way south and east of us. So here's the front now. Still some showers and storms out ahead of it. Still some pretty nasty storms, too, in this line that continues to track into eastern Tennessee and then now into Huntsville, Alabama, and also into Georgia. So new tornado watches there just went into effect. You can see them right into Georgia now. And we have a couple warnings down around the Mississippi area. So still watching those storms for our friends down to the south tonight. So for us, it's just a really windy night. Sustained winds at St. Louis at 15 miles an hour, gusts to 31. And some of those wind gusts have been close to 35 miles an hour, and they'll die down a little bit by morning, but still be a little bit breezy. So those current temperatures, upper 30s, low 40s in most areas. But what it really feels like is the low and mid 30s across the region. So if you're headed out this late, bundle up. And tomorrow morning for sure, if you're headed out, about 32 in St. Louis, upper 20s, low 30s in and around the area. So the metro also a little bit breezy, and that'll continue. But what we're really keeping our eyes on is anything out here in the Pacific Ocean, and then that follows the jet stream. So those storm systems out there. Will they affect us? Well, it looks like our future cast throughout this entire week is dry. So some clouds from time to time, plenty of sunshine. And then by the end of the week, a slim chance of a shower, maybe late Friday night into Saturday. And here is that latest model. So we're hoping for some rain in here. Other than that, it is sunny tomorrow. Northwest wind at 10 to 15 miles an hour and highs in the lower 40s. That's as cold as it's going to be in the 10-day forecast, because we have a lot of above average temperatures for you, Robert. So you'll love to hear that. So some lower 50s in there, including Monday and Tuesday, next Thursday and Friday, and that slim chance of rain on Saturday.
I'm loving your forecast. Thanks.
Yeah, it's nice.
Corey's here now with a look at what's coming up in sports.
Busy day in the sports world. The border war headlined the hoops action. The Blues and Blackhawks went at it in Chicago, and baseball's best player has a new home and more money than he knows what to do with. Stick around. We'll be right back.
The Sports Desk is sponsored by Jim Butler Chevrolet, the Midwest's #1 Chevy dealer 10 years running.
One thing you can't say about the St. Louis Blues this season is that they're streaky. Coming into tonight's game in Chicago, the Blues had just one winning streak of 3 games this year and hadn't lost 3 in a row yet. The Blackhawks had something to say about that. Jordan Binnington back in net tonight for the Note. Rough start for the Blues, though. 5 minutes in, Anthony Beauvillier is going to light the lamp, 1-0 Chicago. And then 5 minutes later, Alex Vlasic, well, he's going to make it 2-zip Blackhawks. Blues down 3-0 with 3:30 left when Oscar Sundqvist nets a short hand. Oh, actually, first we're going to see a fight from Braden Shen trying to fire his troops up. It didn't work like they hoped it would. Here's Oscar Sundqvist, 3:30 left. A shorthanded goal. That's the Blues' 7th shorty of the season, which matches the number of power play goals they've scored. You don't want that. That's as close as tonight would get. Blackhawks win 3-1 and hand the Blues their first 3-game losing streak of the season. The last time Missouri beat Kansas in basketball in Lawrence, we had never heard of a guy named Albert Pujols. Dennis Gates was a freshman guard at Cal, and the St. Louis Rams were still a year away from winning the Super Bowl. So yeah, it's been a while. This year's Tiger squad tried to end that streak, but the Jayhawks are #2 in the country for a reason. You know Fog Allen Fieldhouse is going to be rocking for a border war showdown. It was Mizzou who started the best. Tamar Bates, that's good for 3. Mizzou up 9 early. Noah Carter on the break, he's going to flush it. Tigers still rolling. And then Sean East with 3 of his game-high 21 points. He was outstanding today. But Kansas is Kansas. Anthony Robinson is going to learn not to peek over his shoulder on the fast break. Look at this rejection from KJ Adams. Oof, let's see it again. Former Tiger Parker Brown got in on the block party too. His mom, Letha Sandbothy, another former Tiger herself. She loved that one. Tigers tried to stay in it. Nick Honor hits a 3 to cut the lead to 8 with 7 minutes left, but the Jayhawks would sink their free throws and win another border war, 73-64. Here's Coach Gates on his program's progress and shooting for the dominance of Kansas and Bill Self.
Yeah, we're in the infant stages, and I look at, let's just say Kansas. Bill Self's been here for, 20 years? Hopefully, in the future, I'll be here for 20 years, and we can see the same success that Coach Self has had here, and we can have it at Mizzou, and I truly believe we can.
SLU Hoops played a thriller against Hofstra with Celtic star and STL native Jason Tatum in the building. And it was TJ Hargrove riding to the rescue. He puts this rebound back to give the Bills a 1-point lead with a minute left, and then comes up with a clutch steal to seal the victory. Billikens beat Hofstra 71-68. Illinois and Tennessee top 20 matchup this morning. Illini had the lead heading into the half thanks to plays like this 3 from Luke Goody. They hung close in the second thanks to plays like this monstrous block from Terrence Shannon Jr. Look at him get up. But the Vols would not be denied at home. They rally from a second-half deficit to beat Illinois 86-79. High school hoops now. CBC and St. Mary's in the Webster Classic Championship game. CBC flying high first. Teron Garrett throws it down, followed by a Matthew Michalski slam. But the Dragons got some playmakers too, none more electric than this guy. Zyree Collins hangs in the air, gets it to go. Then he does his best impression with his brother Yuri, an assist to Ethan Smith. Dragons win the Webster Classic 87-78 over CBC. No City SC in the MLS Cup final, but a St. Louisan did raise the trophy tonight. Congrats to Columbus Crew goalkeeper and Francis Howell alum Patrick Schulte. The Crew beat LAFC 2-1 to claim the MLS Cup. It is their third MLS Cup in franchise history. Well, it turns out there were about 700 million reasons for Shohei Ohtani to stay in California. The now former Angel announced today he'd be signing with the Dodgers on a record 10-year, $700 million deal. It's the largest contract in North American sports history and almost $300 million more than the next highest MLB contract ever. And who do the Dodgers open the 2024 season against? Well, of course, it is the Cardinals on March 28th. How would you guys spend $700 million?
I am still trying to figure that out. I mean, what a lucky guy, huh?
Yeah, very much so. He won the big lotto.
He did.
700 million?
700 million, about 70 a year.
Oh, wow. Oh, we'll take it. Jim's here with a final look at weather.
Yeah, let's check out that 10-day forecast. That's some good news. If we don't have the money, we have really good weather for you. So that's good.
It's a good consolation prize.
So 43 for tomorrow, a little chilly breeze going on. And then by Monday, it's still very sunny, by the way, tomorrow and Monday. 50 Monday, and the average high is about 46. So Tuesday, 52. We're in the upper 40s Wednesday, low 50s Thursday and Friday. Clouds increase on Friday, maybe a chance of rain. We're hoping for it Saturday, but right now it's a slim chance. And then we're still near 50 or the upper 40s as we head toward Christmas. Wow.
Nice temperatures.
Yeah.
We will definitely take it. Well, that's all of our time for 5 on your side at 10. Saturday Night Live is just ahead, coming your way. Join us for Today in St. Louis tomorrow morning, starting at 6 a.m.